I can tell you that we and our partners have not been able to move any further aid into Tigray by road since the convoy, some 20 trucks with food and nutrition supplies and one fuel tanker arrived between April 1st and 2nd. This was the first time that our supplies entered Tigray by road since mid-December, and we are almost in mid-April. And the first time in 8 months that humanitarian fuel supplies have been moved through the Semera-Mekelle corridor. As we've been telling you, humanitarian organizations in Tigray face growing challenges in reaching people in need due to shortages of essential supplies, as well as continuing suspension of basic essential services, including banking, electricity, and communications. Out of a range of 5.2 million people who should be receiving food every 6 weeks, we, along with our partners, have reached only 1.2 million people with food, nearly 6 months after the current current round of food distributions in Tigray got underway. Some 73,000 people received food assistance this week alone, but half of these people received only pulses, and thousands received only cooking oil. No food feeding has been available in Tigray over the past week due to lack of food stocks. Out of an estimated 3.9 million people who need some form of health assistance, our partners were able to reach only 27,000 people in Tigray this week. UN airlifts between Addis and Mekelle are continuing, with about 76 metric tons of nutrition supplies flown in this week. In total, 428 metric tons of humanitarian supplies have been transported by air since July. This has been critical, but corresponds to only about 11 trucks, or half what could have been transported by road convoy. In neighboring Afar, the overall humanitarian situation remains dire, despite some reported improvements in access. By the start of this week, our partners had reached more than 196,000 people with food security since late February, which is around just 1/3 of the population in need. Mobile health and nutrition teams are also operating in 12 conflict-affected areas in Afar. In Amhara, despite the tense security situation, parts of the region, we, along with our partners, have been able to reach some 634,000 people with food since the end of March, and more than 10 million since last December. An additional 10 mobile health and nutrition teams have been deployed in Amhara over the past week. Our humanitarian colleagues are also telling us there are serious challenges in other parts of Ethiopia, with more than 8 million people now reported to be affected by the ongoing drought in the south of the country.